In INACOL's rubric for National Standards for Quality Online Courses, Standard B3 states that the course instruction includes activities that engage students in active learning. If you're new to K-12 education, you may be wondering, what is active learning? Active learning is really an umbrella term for any learning tasks that put the responsibility of learning on the student. Active learning takes students from passive activities like reading, looking, and listening to processes that require them to speak, say, or do something. There are many research-based instructional practices that align with active learning. Some of the popular frameworks include inquiry-based learning, higher-order thinking, cooperative learning, critical thinking, student-centered instruction, and Blooms Taxonomy of learning objectives. All of these frameworks are valuable models to learn about. However, for this introductory level course, I'm going to focus on Blooms Taxonomy. Blooms Taxonomy was developed by Benjamin Bloom back in 1956. This taxonomy organizes learning activities according to 6 different categories. The first category is knowledge. This is the lowest level of learning according to Bloom. In the category of knowledge, students simply demonstrate the ability to recall information. The second level of Bloom's taxonomy is called comprehension. When students are comprehending, they can demonstrate basic understanding of what was communicated without necessarily seeing the bigger picture, context, or value of what they've learned. Bloom's third level is application. Application is when students make use of abstract concepts and use them in a concrete or simulated situation. Application and analysis really mark the categories that start to address higher level thinking. Analysis is the fourth level. Here, students can break down information for greater understanding, and they begin to put it all in context. The fifth level of Bloom's taxonomy is synthesis. This is when students are connecting various elements or pieces of information to build new knowledge. Finally, evaluation is the highest level of learning according to Bloom's 1956 taxonomy. And in this level, students are judging the value of any new knowledge, material, or concept. In 2001, several researchers decided that Bloom's taxonomy needed to be revised. The resulting revision of Bloom's taxonomy uses action words to describe and classify learning activities. At the lowest level of the taxonomy, we begin with remember. Ask yourself, are your students recalling or recognizing information? You see this level of learning demonstrated in most multiple choice and matching type activities or tests. The second level is understand. Are your students summarizing something they read? If so, then they're learning at the level of understanding. The third level is apply. Are your students using a math formula in a word problem? Or are they following a list of predefined science experiment steps and processes? Then your students are applying knowledge, and this level of the taxonomy is where higher levels of active learning begin to take place. Analyze. This is the fourth level in the taxonomy for teaching, learning, and assessment. Are your students organizing or classifying organisms according to animal kingdoms? Or maybe sorting books according to genre? Evaluate. This fifth level allows for students to conduct self-assessments of their own work. They may also be critiquing work of their peers or other outside experts. Finally, according to the 2001 taxonomy, the highest level is creating. This doesn't mean that students are creating responses to lower-level test questions, but the intent behind this level requires that students are using creative cognitive processes like generating original ideas or designs. Are your students planning a new process to investigate a mystery? Or are they producing original works that no one else has ever created before? If so, your students are likely engaged in the highest level of learning, and they're probably having fun doing it too. When you're designing learning activities for your students in a blended or online environment, it's important that you ask yourself how active you're requiring your students to be in the process of learning. With more active learning strategies incorporated into your courses, students are more likely to retain the new knowledge and enjoy the process.